Listen, there are archetypes for every. Win in the comments turn into a church service. Proud of you. Legend. You never miss. Teach me. And nobody asks the only question that matters. Can you do it again? That's why fake motion grows so fast. Because nobody audits it. Everybody just applauds it into existence. Glaciers don't create truth. They create atmosphere. And atmosphere is how delusion survives. So society needed a counterweight. Not a villain. Not a bully. A regulator. The master hater exists for one reason. To protect reality from becoming a fan page. Haterism is not jealousy. Jealousy wants what you have. Haterism wants to know if what you have is real. Jealousy is emotional. Haterism is procedural. Jealousy screams. Haterism whispers. A master hater doesn't deny your win. They respect the win. They just refuse to worship it. They say things like, interesting, we'll see. Run it back. Who helped? What's the plan in 6 months? That's not hatred. That's a stress test. Because anything real survives pressure. Anything fake needs silence. And the master hater does not offer silence. People imagine darkness as rage. No, the darkest being is calm. Because anger is still a reaction. Anger admits you can be moved. The master hater is darker than that. They do not flinch. They do not chase. They do not beg. They do not cope out loud. They sit still and measure. If you are winning, they don't panic. If you are losing, they don't celebrate. They simply evaluate. Not to destroy you, but to destroy the fantasy around you. A master hater is not a demon. They are an accountant. For human claims, and the scariest part, they don't need to be right immediately. They weaponize time. They hit you with, we'll see. That is the slowest curse on earth. Here's the secret. The master hater is what happens when the psyche collapses into one unified posture. A soul that becomes all archetypes at once. The king, but instead of ruling people, they rule standards. The warrior, but instead of fighting enemies, they fight exaggeration. The magician, but instead of casting spells, they expose illusions. The lover, but instead of romance, they love truth. The judge, but without emotion. The fool, but strategic, never accidental. They aren't balanced. They are concentrated. They don't admire humans. They admire consistency. They don't worship talent. They worship repeatability. They don't care how confident you sound. They care what happens when the camera is off. And that's why people fear them. Because most people are selling a version of themselves. The master hater only buys receipts. The first law, the law of receipts. The first law of haterism is simple. No receipts, no reality. Because it's true. Nobody stays special by arriving once. You stay special by building a repeatable life. The master hater forces you out of celebration and into structure. Not because they're kind, but because they can smell temporary success. And temporary success is the favorite cologne of delusion. Haterism exists because shortcuts exist. The master hater's job is to sniff out shortcuts without screaming. They don't accuse. They audit. They ask, how do you do that so fast? Who helped? What did you sacrifice? What part are you not saying? Because every flex has a hidden cost. And the master hater is obsessed with hidden costs. A glazier sees a victory. A hater sees the invoice. The fifth law, strategic silence. Sometimes the strongest hate is no reaction. You post your win, waiting for worship. The master hater gives you a calm nothing. Not because they didn't see it, because they refuse to feed performance. This is not cruelty. This is discipline. Attention is fertilizer. If you fertilize everything, you grow weeds. A master hater saves attention for what can survive without it. So if your identity collapses without applause, the master hater already knows the truth. It wasn't confidence. It was a crowd. The sixth law, punch up or inward, this matters. A master hater does not target powerless people. That's not haterism. That's insecurity. Haterism punches up, clout, power, big platforms, big claims, or inward, your own delusion, your own excuses. That's why the master hater is feared, because they aren't hunting victims. They're hunting narratives. They don't care who you are. They care what you're claiming. And claims deserve audits. The 7 signs you're looking at a master hater, you'll know it's a master hater if they don't argue. They ask questions. They don't raise their voice. They lower it. They acknowledge wins, then demand consistency. They never give full praise without a stress test. They don't hate your joy. They hate your performance. They keep clean hands. No interference, just commentary. They're equal opportunity. Friends, strangers, everybody gets audited. And here's the one that hurts the most. They will admit you improved. Not to be nice, but because accuracy is their religion. A sloppy hater is emotional. A master hater is honest, even when it benefits you. The dark psychology. Why people need haters. Here's the part nobody wants to say out loud. Most people don't need more support. They need more standards. Support without standards creates entitlement. Praise without receipts creates delusion. Clapping without comprehension creates fake leaders. The master hater is society's immune system. Annoying, unpleasant, necessary. Because if nobody questions anything, if you want the doctrine, it's 4 moves. 1. Congratulate, petty, respect the win. Deny the worship. 2. Move the goalpost, don't deny it. Upgrade the standard. 3. Ask for receipts, not opinions. Evidence. 4. Deny the shortcut, make them show the process. That's it. If your hating requires a paragraph, you're over-hating. The master hater uses short sentences because short sentences feel like verdicts. Interesting. We'll see. Run it back. Minimal words. Maximum pressure. Comment, I'm a hater, if this makes sense to you. Here's what's funny. The master hater looks like the villain, but functionally, they're a trainer. Because when someone knows they'll be audited, they prepare better. When someone knows they won't be worshipped, they build substance. Glaziers make you comfortable. Haters make you sharp. A master hater is the reason your new era becomes real. Because they don't let you call faith a lifestyle. They don't let you call a post a personality. They don't let you call one good month a transformation. They force you to earn the story you're telling. The final form. The hater's mirror. Now the last part. The master hater is not allowed to be sloppy. Because the strongest hater bar is, I'm a hater. 'Cause you're a hater. And then actually being able to prove you have standards in your own life. So the master hater turns the blade inward first. Where are my receipts? Where is my consistency? Where is my discipline? What am I exaggerating? Because if you demand excellence while living messy, you're not a master hater. You're just coping with a microphone. Haterism without self-audit is just bitterness with vocabulary. The oath of the master hater. Repeat after me calmly. I will not glaze. I will not worship. I will not clap on command. I will respect the win and demand the repeat. I will keep my hands clean. No harm. No interference. No chaos. I will hate on claims, not identities. I will punch up or inward. I will use pressure to protect reality. I will use questions to kill delusion. I will stay petty. With purpose. I am the standard. I am a hater. So if you've ever looked at a flex and thought, interesting, we'll see. That's not negativity. That's instinct. That's the archetype waking up. The master hater. Subscribe and comment. I'm a hater if you want part 2. Haterism in daily life. How to hate people without ever raising your voice.